Hello, Taurus Sun sign and Taurus Ascendant. This is your forecast for September 2016. And this month, the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter are traveling through the sign of Virgo, which is going through your 5th house. So what this indicates is the month starts off with a very strong need for you to stop and smell the roses. In other words, to enjoy the journey of your life more deeply. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be doing blockbuster things in your life, but it does mean that you should make more time to do the things that bring joy to your heart. And the 5th house covers love and romance, being artistic and creative, or appreciating people that are, and if this applies, spending quality time with your children and enjoying their energy. So what I would say for you is that really letting yourself be happy is a priority for you, and happiness is really a choice. Taurus is an earth sign. It's usually really thinking about making money, progressing in life, on a career level. And I would just say, not that those things are bad, but this month, again, enjoy your life, enjoy the people in your life, enjoy the hobbies that bring you joy. Okay, now, back on August 30th, Venus went into Libra. And Venus is, therefore, in your 6th house. And this indicates that, this is kind of contradictory, that, you know, what brings you joy is work. So, nothing wrong with that. So what I would say is balance work and play out, but that's not such a bad thing to enjoy the work that you do. But again, just make sure that you're not all work and no play. But Venus in the 6th house says, I like getting things done. It makes me happy to be productive. It makes me happy to conquer my to-do list, in other words. Okay, now, back on August 30th as well, Mercury went retrograde, and it's going to be retrograde until September 22nd, and that's in your 5th house. So what I would say with this energy is, in your 5th house, not as big of a deal as if it was in the 6th house or the 3rd house, which are the Mercury ruled houses. But if you tend to have Gemini or Virgo in your chart, it's going to be a much bigger issue. But if you don't, then this won't be that much, or it won't make that much of an impact on you. But in the 5th house, there's definitely a need for you, again, to relax. But this indicates that you might feel like that's frivolous. You might feel, yeah, that sounds okay, you know, but I really need to get this stuff done. So there's a tendency, in other words, to worry more than you should. So just, again, balance things out. Don't let yourself be a stress monkey. Work on doing the best you can during the day, and then just letting things go and having faith, okay? Now, Mercury aligns with Jupiter September 1st, and this is really interesting because this indicates that for you, your intuition is going to be very powerful. And for you, again, the things I mentioned earlier, love and romance, artistic, creative stuff, and your children, you can have some good insights into your lover or what's going on with your children. Or if there's an artistic, creative side of you, this can help you to be incredibly creative and give you a lot of good ideas. But this is more of an internalized energy where you need to be listening to yourself more and connecting with your inner self. And for you, it does indeed look like doing artistic, creative things is going to, in a sense, feel quite spiritual for you. Or again, at the very least, appreciating people that are artistic and creative. Now, let's see. Mars is separating from a conjunction with Saturn, but it's still within the orb of effect until September 10th. And you've got Mars and Saturn in the 8th house. And this can just have you worried, or maybe even fearful, about finances. The 8th house tends to be joint finances. So if you're in a relationship, you could be worried about your partner's income. It could also be like investments or something like that. What I would say is if you are involved with investments of any kind, play it safe, be conservative first and foremost. But I would also say, just in general, you could just worry about money. Maybe you've got a good reason to, maybe you just got this vague anxiety going on, but I would say face your fears. You know, maybe your fears are well founded, and if so, this is not saying to run from it, it's saying do something about it. But this, to me, looks more like your fears getting carried away, like they look worse than they are. So soothe yourself about any financial fears, and you, in a sense, you have to come up with a plan, and that's how you soothe yourself. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm scared about, and this is what I'm doing about it to make myself feel safe. Okay, and so with Taurus energy, there's a really strong need to feel safe financially. So this can actually cause you a lot of problems until you work on any financial issues you're having or any financial fears you're having. So master fear, or it will master you. Okay, now let's see. Jupiter goes into Libra September 9th, and that goes into your 6th house of work. So, and also it's the 6th house of health. So Venus going into the 6th house that I mentioned earlier is a good thing, but with Jupiter going in the 6th house, it's even better. I would dare say to the 2nd power, because Jupiter brings good luck, opportunities, and it can also bring freedom. So if you've been in a difficult situation with your job in some way, this frees you, maybe frees you from the job. You know, I mean, you might find a better job. Maybe you get a better boss or something. Maybe you find inner peace with the job that you have. But however it manifests in your life, it means that work stuff gets easier, more pleasant, and there are opportunities for you. And as far as health goes, there will indeed be a desire to be healthier. So maybe improving your nutrition or your exercise or how much sleep you get, or making sure you get enough mental health days, whatever it is. This is a great period for you over the next year to improve your health and improve your working conditions. Okay, now Saturn makes a square to Neptune on September 10th. So again, Saturn's in the 8th. Neptune for you is in the 11th. And the 11th is the house of hopes and dreams. And this is basically a warning that it's a great thing to have dreams. And we all should have dreams. But this is saying you need to make sure that you are on the right path. So are your dreams a pipe dream? Are they realistic? And that's a tough question. Right? So I guess a better way to say it is, do you believe in yourself? Because I think anything is possible. But do you believe in yourself? Do you have faith in yourself? And are you taking the steps necessary to make your dreams come true? Or are you just going, someday that'll happen for me, someday that'll be nice? This is really bringing it into your awareness that it's never going to come true unless you make sure that you are taking disciplined steps to make it come true, and or maybe having a really great strategy for making it come true. Okay. Now, Venus goes into Scorpio September 23rd, and that goes into your 7th house. Venus is a natural ruler of the 7th house, so this indicates a nice shift. Basically, wherever Venus goes, it tells me where your joy is going to be found. So it's going to go from work to relationships. So the people in your life, close friends, significant other, bring you more joy. So you become less centered on work and more on being social, sharing your thoughts and feelings with those people. And then finally, Mars goes into Capricorn on September 27th, and that goes into your 9th house. And so as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be a good thing. This is going to feel like the sun coming out after a cloudy day, or maybe even a stormy day, because Mars in the 8th house, you can be obsessing about things, again, worrying about things. And when it goes into the 9th house, it looks like you've worked out certain things that have been troubling you, and you're feeling, first and foremost, safe, but also more inspired. I can do this. This is going to be great. So I would definitely, again, urge you to face whatever's troubling you or causing you some anxiety. Again, it looks like money, something to do with your finances, and come up with a plan and work the plan, okay? But Mars in the 9th house does make it easier for you to have more joy and to just simply enjoy your life more, which is what I led off with. You're meant to be happy this month. So no matter what's going on in your life, make your own happiness a priority. So there you go, Taurus. I hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.